the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace.
Well, hello Dragon Ball superfans, it's Sam Khan here. I am back, as you guys can see by the title of this video. So today we're basically going to be discussing some of my thoughts about the new spoilers for Dragon Ball Super Episode 80 that they just were released about 3 hours ago. I believe Herms on Twitter released this picture with the spoilers from the preview, the jump preview for Episode 80 of DBS. So, you know, it says a lot here, and we're about to enter into some heavily spoiled areas. If you guys don't want to find out who is going to be the victor between Majin Buu and Basil, it's been announced in the spoilers, so if you are avoiding them, then definitely exit the video, guys. So let us focus on the spoilers. We're about to find out a little bit more details about Gohan's fight and some new information about Lavenda. So, you know, I've come to the conclusion that the trio of danger, at least Bergamo and Lavenda, we do know that they're fighting dirty. You know, they're sort of a ripoff, and I'm starting to question the rules of this universe survival arc. Are they not limited to a certain degree? Is anything really goes? It kind of makes me question, because if the rules are capable of allowing you to poison the opponent, then that says a lot about this tournament and the fact that it might not be as friendly, let's say, as the Universal tournament between Universe 6 and 7. But let us focus on the spoilers. So the episode title is widely known. It's Awaken Your Dormant Fighting Spirit, Son Gohan's Battle. That is February 26th, guys. Don't get it twisted, it's next Saturday night or Sunday morning, of course. That is depending on where you live. So it says here that Gohan is blinded. Now, we'd already knew this, you know, since the spoilers for Episode 80 were released prior to this one, but we get a little bit of more, I guess, you know, explicit information and extensive details as to what is going to happen. So it says here that his battle against the venomous Lavenda begins. Universe 7 is pumped after their victory in the first round. So, you know, fair and square, Majin Buu is going to kick Basil's ass, and I cannot wait to see that in episode 79. It might, you know, it might not conclude, even though the way I see this episode going is at the ending of the episode, Majin Buu will pull the victory, and then I can imagine episode 79 ending it in a cliffhanger with basically Gohan being about to step into the ring. And then episode 80 is going to start with his fight with Lavenda. So it says, moving on to the second round, Gohan is up against the Universe's 9 warrior Lavenda. And, you know, it says, blinded by Lavenda's poison. That, we'd already know that for the people that have been following the spoilers. Gohan cannot read Lavenda's ki and seems to be in it for a tough fight. It says here, round 2 of the omnipresent match. Who's the opponent Gohan is challenging? The second older brother in Trio the Dangers, he's also known as Venomous Lavenda. Gohan heads in the battle as the contestant for Universe 7. After getting into a tight spot, what is his counterattack? So that right there gives us the exact, you know, glimpse of hope at the ending. You know, the spoiler for Episode 80 said the exact same thing, that basically Gohan will get blinded by some, you know, by the poison of Lavenda's in Episode 80, but it had a but with a ... at the previous spoilers. This, you know, goes a little bit deeper and says that Gohan will have some sort of a counterattack. You know, the only way that you can counter something that you cannot see is by, you know, feeling the vibrations of the air and, you know, basically trying to dodge the opponent's attacks and countering back. Counterattack, pretty much like the spoilers say. If I recall right, I think we've seen some sort of a fight like that in Dragon Ball, where Yamcha could not see the opponent. It's been so long ago, I could be wrong, but there was this tournament that at the ending Goku fought his grandpa that he hadn't seen in such a long time, and then, you know, fortune teller Bamba was able to tell to them where the final Dragon Ball was located. But this is kind of a throwback because, you know, if I recall correctly, Yamcha was fighting some opponent that was invisible and he could not see him, but he eventually was able to figure him out by, you know, hearing the sound of his footsteps and basically the vibrations of the air. You know, it was kind of different back then. Now Gohan will be able to see the opponent. I mean, you know, the opponent will exist, he will not be invincible, I meant to say, but Gohan won't be able to see the fighter because he'll be blinded by Lavenda's technique. Now, like I said, the rules are very questionable, and I would like to know exactly what is going on in those rules, to be honest, guys. These are basically the spoilers that came in. Also, it says that Goku this week, unpredicted by his son's pitch, Gohan throws himself into battle for the first time in a long while. Goku observes his son's battle. Goku declares Gohan's pinch to instead of an opportunity. You know, that is where the spoilers conclude. Gohan hasn't had, you know, Gohan has had a long time since he fought. It is true, Goku's basically here stating it himself. And those are the spoilers, guys. Let me know what is your overall take on this. I mean, it's kind of bizarre that this would happen to Gohan of all people. He hasn't fought in such a long time, and from the get-go he's going to enter into a fight that he won't even be able to either see or basically sense the opponent. This is a real testament right here to Gohan's abilities, and basically see the knowledge that he truly possesses as a fighter. Even though it's been so long, I believe somehow, someway Gohan might find the way to defeat the opponent. I don't want to stretch it out too much and say I'm confident that Gohan will win. You know, if it was years ago I would have been confident, but Gohan has lost his fighting spirit, and it's very difficult walking into a battle like that, and you know, with an opponent that you have no idea what he's capable of doing. I mean, if you cannot see, the amount of pounding that you're about to receive in a fight like that is inconceivable. So we'll only have to wait and see, I guess, guys. But let me know what is your overall opinion on this. These are some new spoilers. I wanted to talk about this, you know, regardless, but since the spoilers came in, this was a natural fit. But I wanted to talk about the fact that the Trio of Dangers honestly does not fight fair and square, guys. I mean, Lavenda uses the poison, and also Bergamo was stated in the previous spoilers that that's the way that he also wins his fight, you know, by some sort of an unfair mean. He's also using poison. We do not know whether or not his brother Basil is also like that. We're about to find out in episode 79 that releases in a couple of days from now, but, you know, my goodness, you know, just poison in the tournament. You know, I believe that this should have been prohibited, but this should only tell you guys that anything goes, and you know, we'll have to find out eventually what is going on with those rules, but one can only speculate. Now, episode 79, like I said, to kind of sum it up before I conclude this video, I guess, we are going to see the fight between Majin Buu and Basil. There is this chance that Basil might transform into the actual episode itself. You know, I've made a video about that a lot of you guys have seen. You know, more Dragon Ball YouTubers I see have talked about this. So we'll have to wait and see. The preview kind of spills the beans on that. But is it confirmed? No, but he does look quite bumped and, you know, I guess more buffed in the preview's ending. It looks like a transformation. You know, at the beginning you thought that somebody was strangling Basil in the first frame, but then in the final one, he does look like he's transformed. He has that evil grin on his face. And then, of course, episode 80, I believe episode 79's conclusion will be Majin Buu defeating the opponent. I don't believe that the fight won't conclude at episode 79. I'd be kind of surprised if they drag it out till episode 80, because you'll have to have your cliffhanger before Gohan enters the fight, and what better way to build more tension than to basically end the episode with Gohan stepping into the ring. You know, I'm very curious to find out eventually, because this tournament, guys, is bound to have a break after this preliminary fight, because Goku will have to gather the rest of the fighters, and we have to see that scene in the opening theme where Gohan is training with Piccolo and I believe he's regaining his mystic powers. So let me guys know how you feel about all of this. This is the summary. Episode 80 will be the Gohan episode where he's gonna fight. But let me guys know how you feel. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please go ahead and hit the video up with a like. You guys share the video, share my channel so that more fans of Dragon Ball Super can get to see my channel. That would truly mean a lot to me. And if you guys are a fan, as always, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, you guys, for more awesome daily content. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Sam signing off here. Ciao. Adios. Goodbye.